All right, let's get into the next topic, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about the Japanese gamers trying to cancel Ubisoft. I think it's amazing that Ubisoft is literally feeling the heat from the people that they are trying to convince everybody else that they're totally happy. Yeah, Japanese gamers were so excited to see Yasuke represent them in the long awaited feudal Japan game of Assassin's Creed. That's exactly what they want you to believe. Good old Ubisoft wants to convince you that Japanese gamers are totally okay with this, and you're just a bigot for not liking it. It's only westernized racists that don't like this. All Japanese people like this, right? Well, apparently that's not the case. We have a headline here from that park place. It says Japanese gamers launch petition to cancel Ubisoft's upcoming Assassin's Creed Shadows game, and says this is a serious insult to Japanese culture and history. Now, I recorded a video on this. It will be coming out tomorrow, so make sure you guys go check that out. I'll go into more depth in that video. But for this particular part, we're going to talk about the actual petition itself. So there is a petition, and it is a Japanese petition, ironically, of course, to cancel this game. And they're trying to say it's essentially an insult, right? They think that it's ridiculous that they are even doing this in the first place. They are not buying the story that Ubisoft is trying to tell. And it is just one of the most ridiculous things. I'm going to try to bring up the petition, or if one of the mods can do it for me, since I'm on this terrible laptop, I would greatly appreciate it. Let's get more signatures on this petition. It would be good. I think when I did the video earlier today, it was at like 17,000 signatures already. So I think it would be cool to get it going. As translated via Google's machine translation, the petition created by Shimizu Toru states recently, lack of historical accuracy and cultural respect has been a serious problem for game developer Ubisoft, which is scheduled to release Assassin's Creed Shadows. This game is based on the samurai of Japan, ignoring the fact that the samurai is the upper class of the samurai class and should be my family or a person who serves you. It adds, in fact, William Adams, the first European to receive the title samurai, was the one who served Tokugawa as the flag book for 250 stoning. The petition then declares, in such history, Ubisoft continues to misunderstand the essence and role of samurai. This is a serious insult to Japanese culture and history and can lead to racism in Asia. It then calls on Ubisoft to stop developing the game. We call on Ubisoft to immediately discontinue the launch of Assassin's Creed Shadows and show sincere research and respect for Japanese history and culture. As of writing the petition, has received over 16,000 signatures. So again, massive roasting session, and rightfully so, right? But I will say that I'm like 99.9% sure that nothing is going to come of this, right? And it's not because that the petition is not going to get big enough. It's because on the hierarchy of like oppression, Japanese people are at one of the lowest, right? And they just don't care. Asian people are at one of the lowest on the totem pole of oppression. And the one of the highest by far is black people. So that is not going to work when it comes to Ubisoft. Ubisoft is going to see this request from Japanese people, and they're going to be like, you know what? Tough luck, because we need to show representation. That's what we need to do. We need to make sure a black person is acting as a samurai. That's what we committed to. That's where our DEI overlords have said we need to do. So that's what we're going to do. I don't see them canceling this at all. I think there is more of a chance for them to cancel it if black people requested it to be canceled. I'm just being honest with you. But the fact that Japanese people requesting it to be canceled, yeah, nothing's gonna come from that. I just don't see it. They might try to I don't know. They might try to like sort of virtue signal a little bit, just a little bit. They might throw out a little bit of a virtue signal towards Japanese people later down the line. Maybe a little bit after the game releases, they'll do a little something to try to get them back in good graces. But otherwise, they're really not going to do anything. They don't care, right? This is not on their highest of importance list. They really don't give a shit. But let's continue. So again, the petition is out there. 16,000 signatures. If the mods can find the link and drop it in chat, that would be fantastic. The creation of this petition comes in the wake of numerous Japanese gamers torching Ubisoft and the game after associate narrative director Brooke Davies described the game as fiction. And again, you can't describe the game as fiction when you've been relying on the historical accuracy thing to push this game, right? That's the whole reason why you're trying to say that your choice to go with Yasuke was a good one, because you're saying, well, he's a real historical figure, so you can't complain. And it's like, no, that's not the case at all. You have a full right to complain. She said the story that we're telling is historical fiction. So to take the events of history and what we know of the history, and then I think it's kind of like a palette. Then the story that we write based on these events and what is known needs to fit within that palette. So we can't bring stuff from outside of this. Well, you the irony of someone saying we can't bring stuff outside of this, and then you're literally using an African man to represent all samurai in feudal Japan. Like it's amazing to me. Like, what are you doing? What are you honestly doing? Monkey Man says, just bought Liza P. Can't wait. What? Pause, man. Pause. The fact that you're even going to make me read this. The fact that you're even going to make me read this.
Pause.
Jesus. Okay, now I got to read it. Okay, Hypnotic. Just bought Liza P. Can't wait to get my ass pounded.
Ha! Gay!
So you know gay month is over, right? Like you know gay month is over. Like it's not June anymore. Like you're good. You're good, bro. You're good. You don't gotta get the booty pounded. You don't gotta get the booty pounded, you know. Well, the fan says you don't have to. Well, I engage with my chat, good sir. And unfortunately, I just engaged with the wrong chat because I saw, hey, Hypnotic, I bought Liza P, and that's all my eyes saw. So I was like, oh, cool. Somebody took my advice and bought Liza P. Let me bring it up on screen. Next thing you know, ass pounding. It's like, what are we doing, man?
Gay!
I got tricked, Will. I got tricked. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to see the Japanese are fighting against this nonsense. I hope that it continues. It needs to continue because the story that Ubisoft is trying to sell you is not the truth. We know it's not the truth. We've been saying it's not the truth. And the funny thing is, they've been trying to hide the backlash from Japanese players for a while now. How many Japanese players, like genuine Japanese players, have gotten banned from the Reddits, right? From the forums? How many of them? There's been so many examples of people getting banned simply because they're like, you know what? Doesn't exactly feel very what's the word they were using? Representative, I guess. It just doesn't feel very representative. Like this is something feels off here. And they're just getting banned because they don't care. Japanese people are on the lowest of the low when it comes to oppression Olympics. They just can't compete against black people. It's like fucking impossible.